I don't know if y'all have seen, but people are losing their minds. People are losing their minds because Bad Bunny is going to be doing the Super Bowl halftime show.
Let's go.
This is incredible. The level of upset.
Yeah.
You ever see somebody get so mad that you're like, this is just weird? Like, not even, we're past like the levels of angry I expect you to get, and we're into a new realm where it knocks me out of even any sort of reactionary response. I'm more just like, are you okay? One time, I was at a McDonald's, right? And this dude, he must have wanted the pickles that come with the sandwich. They come with the sandwich.
Right.
He got a hamburger, comes with a pickle.
Yeah.
His hamburger didn't have a pickle.
Okay.
And I don't know what else was happening in his life. Maybe he usually handles disappointment very well. Maybe they caught him on the wrong day. Maybe they, you know what I mean? Maybe this man's been through a lot, and this is finally the thing that made him snap. This is possible.
Just want his pickle.
Everybody has their line. Everybody has their limit. And some people's limit, you wish that your limit would come when it makes sense.
Right. Your breaking point, for sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want your limit to come when something actually happens.
Of importance.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, you want your limit to come when it's like, maybe you've lost your job, you don't know what you're going to do next, rent is due, and your dad is passed, and it's just all happening at one time, and then you lose it. That's when everybody would understand you losing it. Mm-hmm. But instead of losing it when you're supposed to lose it, some people stay strong. They don't let on that they're about to lose it. And so then they go to McDonald's. And they order a burger. And then they realize their burger doesn't have a pickle. And then all the injustice in the world comes out.
I mean,
all at once in this McDonald's.
I get not playing about your food. Like, there's a few things I don't play about: my money, my family, and my food. Like, they go hand in hand. Like, oh, I ain't gonna hold you. Now, they technically did not get it wrong if it's just missing a pickle. Like, you can add a pickle, but it's not like they missed the burger or something like that. You can add the pickle, but I can understand. I can understand you not playing about your food and just, I get it. Especially if you're hangry, I can get it though.
McDonald's. And so now you're screaming in front of a bunch of strangers because you don't have a pickle. And we all know that you know you don't have the pickle, not because you opened the sandwich to check, just in case you were like, hey, is the world fair today where there'll be a pickle on my sandwich? No, you know there's not a pickle because you ate half the sandwich and you haven't hit pickle yet.
I ain't hit pickle yet.
And so you finally open the sandwich, just give it a look. Be like, maybe this is a slippery one. Maybe this pickle's sneaky. You know, they're supposed to put it on top of the cheese before the bun, maybe under the condiments, but maybe this one, maybe this one's sneaking in there between the meat and the cheese. Who knows, right? And then you open the sandwich, you realize you've had no pickle. You realize you've been looking forward to pickle this entire hamburger, and it was never going to come. It was never going to come. It was never going to come, just like your job isn't coming back, just like... No, it's all coming back in real time. It's like the pickle is almost this unintentional metaphor.
It's
like
a metaphor,
the pickle is missing the way your father is missing in your life because he's gone now. And so you just start letting it all out. It just comes out. You start screaming at someone behind the counter who is 17. Just someone who is beginning their life. Someone who has the whole world ahead. I mean, you used to have the whole world ahead of you as well.
I never understood, just in general, as someone who's worked in customer service a long time, usually on the call center side, I never understood getting rude to customer service unless they're being rude. Which even then I'm like, okay, but like, I just never understood getting that angry. Like, people go through drive-thrus and getting so angry. You're like, It's like, it's not that big of a deal, dog. Like, I just never understood people getting angry, going to fast food joints and yelling. It's like, man, come on, man. Like, there's more important things in life. Like, come on.
Then life happened and it came at you so fast you weren't sure what you were doing when you were doing it. And so now at home you have somebody that you're married to that, like, y'all are almost like strangers passing in the hallway, and you have 2 kids, but you don't really see yourself in them at all. And so now you wonder if maybe you were too hard on your dad and you wish you could tell him that, but he's gone. And so is the pickle. The pickle's not in there. The pickle is supposed to be here, right? And that's why you end up screaming at this 17-year-old at the top of your lungs to the point where people are recording you on their phone, which is never great. Your life never gets better after that. That's never the beginning of something wonderful. It means you're probably about to lose the next job before you even get it, because you've lost your job and you're going to apply for more. You might even apply here. They won't hire you. But the next job you apply for, they're going to look this up. They're going to put your name in Google, and then this video will come up of you screaming at this 17-year-old that you accidentally called dad. And that's a tough part about not snapping at the right time. If you had snapped 15 minutes ago at home, everybody would get it. Somebody might even hug you.
I wonder how he's going to tie this into the Bad Bunny. Like Josh Johnson is such a genius in terms of tying things together. I have no idea how he's going to do it, but I'm intrigued to see how he's going to tie this in back to Bad Bunny.
But now you're in McDonald's and they're just calling the police.
Calls in the scene. All because of a pickle.
No, it's tough.
What a pickle you're
it's
in.
Tough. What I'm trying to say is people have snapped over Bad Bunny doing the Super Bowl halftime show, a no pickles in my hamburger at McDonald's amount. And it's stressful to watch. I understand why the NFL is doing it. The NFL is trying to expand its reach and everything. What better way than with Bad Bunny? But Bad Bunny is over here, like, he's defiant in a way that I think is very special. Because Bad Bunny is doing this, like, record-breaking tour right now.
Yep.
And he's not doing it in the U.S.
Nope.
You know? And I think a lot of people can't handle that. A lot of people are like, they're like, why won't he come? Why won't he do MSG? Why won't he? And it's like, and you know, he's been asked about it in interviews, and he said a couple things that also are gonna irk exactly who he's trying to irk. Because they asked him, like, why aren't you touring? We looked at the dates. Where's Chicago? Where's LA? Where's New York? You know? And why aren't you touring in the US? And then he said, because it's just not necessary.
The nerve!
Not necessary to tour in the center of the universe, according to us. Not necessary. Ooh, that was a gut punch. Not necessary. Don't worry, I'll be making plenty of money around the world. You know, the rest of the world. Like, literally. They had other people ask him. And he was like, hey, look, I don't do shows here right now because I don't need ICE hanging outside of my shows trying to do some sort of sting or something like that. I want my people to be safe and everything. In fact,
I saw that clip, yeah.
In fact, if you want to see me bad enough, I'll be doing a bunch of shows in Puerto Rico. You can come to Puerto Rico.
Come to Puerto Rico.
And plenty of people were like, Puerto Rico? Where's that? Because it's actually terrifying. It is like bone-chilling scary how many people who live in the U.S., like U.S. citizens, that don't know what land the U.S. has. It's like, I don't know what civics class or what, is it just geography? How are we failing the youth and the elderly? Like, it's like, because it's not like you can just blame it on the kids. Grown people also don't know. This is crazy.
I don't know.
All right, look, just bring it up to speed, okay? Real quick. And I'm not judging anybody, because I might even have the dates wrong, okay? But in 1898, at the end of the Spanish-American War, America got Puerto Rico. So already, territory, Puerto Rico, right? 1917, Puerto Ricans gained U.S. citizenship. 1952, Puerto Rico became like a sort of commonwealth, which I guess a lot of people miss because, like, we don't have a king, or we didn't have a king, or like whatever. But like, but
I love how you just slipped that in there.
just like simple. That's the status. So if you are Puerto Rican, you are a U.S. citizen, okay? And that is also why when people were upset, they were like, why can't somebody from America do the halftime show? And look. Listen to me. The people screaming that are coming from a very specific place. They have watched the Super Bowl religiously, and the last few years have watched it get blacker
and more Hispanic.
And I understand. After Kendrick, they were like, it's black now. Is it finally black enough? You blacked it. You did it. It's been blacked. All right. That's enough. It's been black, and I watched it. I didn't get it, but it was black, and you had it.
What's so funny is before that was Usher, before that was Rihanna, before that was Dr. Dre, before that was Weeknd, before that was J-Lo, Bad Bunny, who actually did, I think, part of the show, and Shakira. So it's been black for a long time. I think the last non-black performance was like Maroon 5, which also had like Travis Scott in there for some weird reason. And the fact that for years now, there have been other cultures that can showcase their talents in their culture and have a communities of people appreciate it. It's getting to a boiling point to where people they want everything back to the old days. And it's like, but back in school, you preached to us how America was about, it was a land of opportunity, it was a land of freedom, it was a land of all these people come together, the best of us, right? And all these cultures and people come together. That's what Thanksgiving was, right? All these people come together, all these different types of people and races and creeds come together to make this great land. Now we're seeing that was a lie.
Can we have one? Because I don't think you're going to get blacker. So
really
it's got to be our turn again. And they thought, surely.
Give us Taylor Swift or
That
something.
time was coming.
Yeah.
You know?
Morgan Whalen or something.
After Kendrick, next one got to be... You know what I mean? Yeah. Next one got to be the one that does that song with the twang to it that you really like. Gotta be. Come on, we even look. You did it. So I did all that rapping. I let rapping in my house just because it was a Super Bowl halftime show. That's as black as gonna get. I refuse to let it get any blacker, all right? These people were like, it can't possibly get blacker. And then they were like, all right, I'll raise you no English. think you mad now.
Oh, you think you mad now, boy.
Oh, we gonna make you pray for Kendrick. We gonna make you... Oh, Kendrick, please hit us with some symbolism. I don't even understand what's going on now.
Bring Samuel Jackson back. And that's the funny part is I actually like to be introduced to new things and new cultures and new music. Like, and if it was a Taylor Swift, which I don't care for, then I just ain't going to watch it. I'll have 20 minutes to myself, whatever. Like, it really is not that big of a deal. All those years after the Janet Jackson fiasco, and they made it out to like the black people were the worst thing in the world, and all that, and we had to have old 70-year-old Rolling Stones and Paul McCartney, all them old timers, respectfully, and we had to endure the Who. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck are we? Like, we had to endure that for years. It's just like, okay. Just like, you have to control everything. We have to have everything. Nobody can have anything. We have to have everything.
Oh, no, this is so funny. They're so mad.
So mad.
They're mad in a way that's like... I don't even know, like even if I wanted to help, I wouldn't even know where to start. Because what are you so mad about? It's like, because it's Super Bowl. It's Super Bowl. It's Super Bowl. It's not Spanish Bowl. It's Super Bowl. What's next? I love what's next, by the way. People love to take a thing that's actually happening and then do a hypothetical that'll never happen off of what's next. You see Bad Bunny's doing Super Bowl halftime. What's next? You gonna make Superman Mexican?
Which actually, I'd be kind of dope, I'm not gonna lie.
That's what's next. That's definitely gonna happen. What's next? What's next? You know what I mean?
What's next? What's next?
What's that?
Yo. What are you gonna take from us next?
It's scary. It's scary. You know, you watch the Super Bowl halftime show. These people might, by accident, learn some Spanish. Then what's next? If I learn the Spanish, what's next? If I learn the Spanish, what happens then? Because if I learn the Spanish, then when people are speaking Spanish, I'll know what they're saying, and there's no way they're saying anything nice about me.
Yo.
But no, people losing their minds. I can't believe it. Spanish. Yeah. He's gonna speak Spanish. I'm gonna have to sit there and listen to somebody sing and rap in Spanish. I already had to listen to rap. You know what that was like for me?
What was it like for you?
You know what that was like for me to hear rap in between the game I bet on? I'm gonna have to sit there and listen to somebody Spanish. I'm gonna have to sit there listening, watching the Super Bowl halftime show to Spanish. I'm gonna have to sit there with my guacamole and my chips in my lap, listening to Spanish. I am gonna have to sit there while I eat the tacos that I Uber Eats to my place, listening to Spanish. The idea that I could have a deluxe crunch wrap and have to listen to Spanish is crazy. Not in my America. Spanish? Are you serious?
Not in my America.
I can't believe I'm gonna have to listen. I want all the Spanish in my mouth. I don't want it in my ear. Which has like pretty much been the approach of a large portion of the U.S. for a long time. So much of the culture, so much of what people like about a culture that they're willing to take in, they try to do as best as possible to the exclusion of the people that the culture's actually from, right? So you'll see how people of Latin descent have been treated in this country the entire time, while we fall in love with more and more and more and more of their stuff. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's something that obviously happens to black people. It's something that's happened to Asian Americans and everything, but it's something that doesn't always get addressed, is that if you loved what we make, then just love us. We made it. You know what I mean? Like, it's a crazy thing. It's a crazy thing to love almost every aspect of a culture and then meet the person who created that culture and be like, I don't know if I trust you though. I just kind of want all your stuff at my house.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I was about to really violate. That's the biggest thing here is telling people what they deserve. The Bad Bunny and Latino don't deserve to have the moment on the stage. Kendrick Lamar and rapping and all, y'all don't deserve that. We deserve that. We deserve to have every show be rock country, rock country, rock country, rock country. We deserve that because we say so. But you can't see past your own prejudice. It's just, oh man.
It's like, oh, I love that thing that you do. I'd probably just take it. What if I took it and then pretend it was mine?
Like Elvis.
Wouldn't that be dope?
Wouldn't that be great?
What if I take it so hard that one day I tell you about it?
Like America.
No, I tell you about it and then I tell you you're doing it wrong because it's actually... No, what if you have your entire culture with a different understanding of everything, a different understanding of the world because it's from a different lens and it's also from perspective of a people who have built a very rich heritage and everything. And what if one day I stop by and I'm like, oh, that looks cool, I'll take some of that. And then when I say it back to you and you're like, that's actually not how you say it, I'm like, I think I know how to say it. All right, I'm very familiar with the Latin X culture, all right? Huh. Please, that's sweet of you to try to help me, but I'm well-versed. Oh. That's wild, because that was the laugh.
That was the laugh to do. That was the laugh to do in that moment.
All right. No, because you see, Bad Bunny moves in a way that's very intentional. And he has the loyalty of his fans and his people because of how he moves. Because there are plenty of people that truly, and I'm not saying this from a place of judgment, I'm saying it just from noticing. There are people who truly forget where they come from as soon as they get success. It is a very, sadly, once again, it's a very American mindset to have that as long as you get taken care of, as long as you're okay, you can leave whatever behind, and you're out now. And you're out, you made it out. And then you start to rationalize in your head, well, if I made it out, then people just have to do what I did to make it out. I'm not special. And they'll be able to take care of themselves. And then all of a sudden you're gone. And there's not a real building of community. There's no upward mobility for the people around you. You just up and went, right? And look, it's also a very hard thing to do to try to bring everybody with you. Plenty of people have gone bankrupt trying to do so. You see us like, and I've done it from time to time. I'm not innocent of this thing. So once again, I'm not judging. But you see us with entertainers and athletes. We'll judge them for like going broke quickly, and we always make the assumption it was because they made stupid decisions. Maybe they bought one chain, and then we're like, well, they were out here buying chains, and so now they're broke, and so. But more often than not, what happens, and what a lot of people don't talk about, what a lot of people don't give them credit for, is one of the reasons that they went broke is that this new money, it's a lot of money, but this new money tried to bring everyone with them at the same time. We're not able to set up systems for everybody to succeed. And so then everybody was broke in like 5 years' time. It's because of their heart that they were broke. It's because of their intention to try to bring everybody with them that they aren't in some mansion somewhere, you know?
And that's the thing. I think most people that try to create change, this is going to sound very messed up, but that's why I just don't believe in moral multi-millionaires or billionaires, because you have to exploit too many people to get to that status. I think it's impossible. It is impossible to have that many millions or a billion and you don't exploit the working class. You don't exploit the people around you in order to get it, because you have to be greedy to get more and more and more. Unless you're like an athlete or something. Like, it's just probably an entertainer, but even then. So it's just, I know we put a lot of people and entertainers in a bad light because we judge them, because we want them to be Robin Hood or something. At the end of the day, they can do whatever they want with their money. I think the problem is when they try, a lot of people like, F it, I'll say it, I don't give a damn. Like, I look at someone like a Beyonce. I think she's mad talented. A Jay-Z, same. I love Jay-Z. He's my favorite rapper. Well, not my favorite rapper of all time, but I consider him the greatest rapper of all time. And Beyonce, one of the greatest singers and entertainers of all time. But they make themselves out to be these like these crusaders who are for the community and for Black empowerment. But every time they come out and speak up for us, they're selling us something. Like every time, on cue. Anytime Beyonce or Jay-Z is doing something that's supposed to be Black Power Fist, it really comes right before sell us a new liquor or a new streaming service like Tidal or a new clothing line or a new, every single time. So then it gets to a point where people are like, maybe they're not really for us, really? They're really just for making their pockets bigger and not really for us? Maybe they are capitalist. And then JC's like, oh, why I gotta be a capitalist? Why I can't just... It's like, but because you are. It's like, because you are. That's all it's saying. And I know people like a Beyonce and Jay-Z, like, oh, you're just jealous. We can't have money. Not that. It's just like you keep selling us stuff. It's like you keep trying to sell us on things. You try to sell us on culture and sell us on freedom and all these different things. Like, you can't sell that. So,
essentially, you had something like that happen to MC Hammer. There were a lot of people that hear how much money MC Hammer
That's
made,
a great point.
and then how much he lost, and they thought to themselves, oh, he must have been balling out or something. He probably deserved to lose all that money. Then you hear interviews with MC Hammer. He talks about his business and everything. He talks about the people that he hired. This man hired family. He hired friends from the hood. Just try to give them jobs, either to keep them out of trouble or just get them some money, because he knew that they would do the right things with their money. But he's one man. He's one man. And eventually, you can't have all these people on the payroll. You can't have all this money going out when not enough is coming in, when not enough is coming back, and so eventually you do lose everything. So it's an admirable thing, and it's a smart thing to say, hey, if you want to see me, come spend your money here. Come to Puerto Rico. You can come do the shows. Anybody can come. We'll have a good time here.
Put the money back into that economy of Puerto Rico, right? Like that's the biggest thing. Like put the money into the economy with the I don't think it'll be that different, but with the traveling, with the flights or with the Ubers or the Lyfts or whatever type of travel they have, to the hotels, to the clothing, the malls, put money into the economy of Puerto Rico. I don't see what's wrong with that.
You know, you see Bad Bunny thinking ahead. I'm not going to do shows in a place that has these like ICE raids and everything, because also in Chicago there was an ICE raid of this apartment complex, and in the apartment complex they grabbed everybody. They grabbed everybody in the worst way. They zip-tied kids. Yeah. They zip-tied kids. Some kids, you know, scared, crying, terrified. Nobody knew what was happening. They entered the building with flashbangs and everything, all because they said that they were there for, I think, like 6 members of some gang. Trend Day Aragua. I'm trying to pronounce it the way the president pronounces it. Trend Day Aragua.
What? Yeah.
Wow.
What?
They were there for them. And look, I don't even know if that's true, because apparently they didn't show anybody any warrants, you know? So maybe that's just something they said for later, after they went ahead and did the raid. But they zip-tied, they held black and brown people alike.
Yep.
You know? And that's the other thing. It's like pretending that somebody's fight is not your fight is only going to work for so long.
My God. This is why I love this man.
Something is not your problem will make it your problem very soon.
Oh my God. I love this man. When I say I love this man, you want to know why I even love this man more? Because for the past week, I've been trying to figure out how to do a video on this issue. But I'm like, I just don't feel like doing a reaction, and like I feel like I'm preaching. Like I couldn't figure out how I can make a video about it to where it could be informative, but it's not like I'm trying to preach or anything like that. And then he comes out and talks about it. It's like every time there's like an important subject I want to talk about, but I just don't know how to do it in a digestible way, right? He does it every time. So yeah, I really want to talk about that. I can't stand people saying it's not a fight. You want to know why? Because it always gets back to us. It's always going to get back to the marginalized. It's always going to get back to the minority. No matter who you are, it always gets back to us, right? Even going back to, you think it's not a fight. It's how we get Roe versus Wade rolled back. Women, like the thing that things are not your fight. These people these elites are trying everything. They're trying everything to take away your rights and your freedoms. Everything. They're not playing. They're not playing about that. To be like, oh, it's not our fight. Allow Mexicans and Puerto Ricans and immigrants. Allow them. It's like, you think it ain't gonna get eventually back to us? And it's not even about it getting back to us for real. But like, if you have any humanity, you should not want people to be judged because of how they look or because of the language they speak, to be judged and then do basically a human stop and frisk and be pulled out of their homes, their work, their schools, as a human being. That should not be something that you are desensitized to and be okay with. Just as a human being. You can try to do the whole, they're illegal all you want, but you have to concede to the fact that you have such a hatred or a prejudice or a unrational fear of a different type or a different culture or a different race that you're willing to overlook it. Because, hey, it's not me. See, this is why I didn't do the video, though. Because then I get started getting to preaching. So, yeah. I can't stand that. It's not our fight argument. I can't stand that.
Because already Supreme Court has pretty much ruled that ICE can profile so they can grab who they need to grab, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, well, what does an American look like to the people who are grabbing people? You know what I mean? Because, I don't know, I feel like I have some pretty good diction. But I could probably still get zip ties. You know, if we're going off of looks, it won't really matter that I'm like, sir, please, I'm an American citizen. Because you see what's happening. You see what's happening now with ICE in Chicago. You see what's happening even with the announcement that Bad Bunny is going to be doing the Super Bowl. You have, what is it, Corey Lewandowski saying that ICE is going to be at the Super Bowl as well. And it's like, all right, but what's the point of that?
Yeah.
What's the point? Because you know all of the criminal illegal aliens, because that's what they're supposed to be about, right? You know all the criminal illegal aliens every year that score tickets to the Super Bowl. You know. You can't swing a stick without running into a criminal illegal alien with Super Bowl tickets. You know criminal illegal aliens love the Super Bowl. They love rolling up to the Super Bowl. Got my tickets right here. And no other form of identification. You know criminal illegal aliens. They can't stop going to the Super Bowl. In fact, every year I'm like, when are they going to do something about these criminal illegal aliens enjoying the game while I'm sitting at home because the tickets are like $10,000 just to see? Can't stand criminal illegal aliens having all the money and using it on the Super Bowl. That's an irresponsible purchase.
Irresponsible purchase.
You're not even supposed to be here, Mr. Criminal Illegal Alien, and you going to the Super Bowl instead of hard-working Americans that can't afford to go to the Super Bowl.
Instead of hard-working Americans, I can't afford to go to the Super Bowl. Again, I like how he slides that in there. Like, oh my God. Yeah, it just, yeah.
And we should know that, like, no one is coming to save us in that way. This is everybody's problem, and there's not enough of a travesty. There won't be enough rights that are violated. There won't be enough unconstitutional things happening that's just going to make the people doing it go, whoops. That's not going to happen. They're not just going to stop. No. You know, they zip-tied kids. Kids who were born here. Because this was never about what they said it was about. You know? I look at ICE the way I look at, like, season 6 of Ghost Hunters. You're looking, but you're not going to find what you're looking for because you made it up, you know? It's a very scary thing. Because don't get me wrong, look, plenty of ICE agents are over here masked up, top to bottom. Can't identify who they are. It's not like they're wearing a badge. It's not like they have their name, all over them or just on the front or anything like that. And some of them clearly built like stormtroopers. And then some are built like mall cops. Like there's a couple. I don't know if you saw that video of that young man that was running from ICE and hopped on his bike and rolled away. But...
Yeah. I don't know if that was real or not, but if that was real, bro, that is one of the most hilarious things ever, dog. I don't know if that was real. It looked too much like a skit, but if that was real, bro, that's crazy. That was crazy.
At a certain amount of running, you have to accept that you didn't catch the person. And as someone who had friends that got into trouble, I've watched my fair share of mall cop chases. And these mall cop chases, I don't have them on my phone. They're from memory. They're up here. But they usually start a similar way. They usually start with, what's that? What'd you say to me? And then, just far enough away, they say it again. And so then, mall cop leans forward, and then whether you're on your skateboard or you're on foot, you start making some moves. And as you run, they run. And when they run, they realize they shouldn't run. It's a battle. It's a battle for them to run, and you can tell because the kick. Okay, I'm not a runner. I'm not an athlete in that way, but I'll tell you right now that okay. When you watch runners, when you watch like a Usain Bolt, like an Olympic runner, and they start off and they have a foot up and everything, got the foot up, the hands down, looking up, and then I don't know why they put the butt up. You see if they put the butt up, and they're down, and they're like, ugh.
Yeah.
I know this isn't true. But when I was little, a friend told me that they do that so that they can fart before they run. It's clearly not real. But he's like, no, you don't want that air getting out and it knocking you off course. It didn't sound true when I was 7, but I did believe it for like 2 years. Because I was like, they do it every time. I don't know. They, get down, they get up, they do that thing. I'm not doing it right. They do that thing. And then they fire off the gun, and then they're like sliding at first, and then they just shoot off. They're running so fast, right? And when a mall cop starts to run, it's similar but different. Because he will do this, but that's because he almost fell. He got knocked off balance reaching for you. All right, so now he. And then he does like kick up a little bit. That is a fart. And then he starts to take off and chase you. The problem is, I don't know what happens. I don't know what happens when you take up the badge of mall enforcer.
Mall enforcer?
I don't know what happens to your right foot. I don't know what happens to your left foot. But they stop speaking to one another. And in these mall cop chases, I've seen plenty of them kick off, up. Into a food court table. And that's what it looked like, because my man kicked off on the bike and he wasn't even pedaling fast at first.
At all.
Still seemed like he was talking.
Yeah.
Do you know how embarrassing that is to run after somebody who isn't even breaking enough of a sweat to stop talking to you? And then they also ran after this man for too long. At a certain amount of somebody getting away, you gotta just let them get away. The clip became more embarrassing because they kept running. I'm like, now he on the bike, now he pedaling. You didn't catch him when he was pushing a bike. You're not gonna catch him when he's on a bike.
Like, how you don't catch someone that was pushing a bike? I'm trying to get on the bike.
There's a huge difference between those two things. Pushing a bike, he all encumbered. He gotta figure out when to like throw the leg over and everything. Now he's on the bike, he's gone. He's gone. The only thing that could make that video more perfect is that dude, And he pedaled all the way to the Super Bowl halftime show. Anaheim, y'all been phenomenal. Thank you so much.
All right, once again, my favorite, I think the best comedian out right now, Josh Johnson, who's also doing the Daily Show. Shout out to him for doing that. He's doing it, I think, all week this week. Most of this week. He's been doing it for the past couple weeks now. One of my favorite shows as well. Definitely go check that out. Josh Johnson. I'm not here to preach to you. I'm just saying, please pray for everyone as the current Orange in charge is literally trying to deploy troops on his own citizens, which is terrorism, yet somehow he's not getting impeached. Don't know how that's possible. So definitely pray for everyone. Not just pray for everyone. Like, just pray for everyone, because we're in a time right now to where nobody is safe. We are literally being terrorized by our own government. So, yeah, I don't know what we could do outside of try our best to bring attention to it and know our rights, and I guess vote in the midterms and vote 3 years from now. But outside of that, yeah, just please be safe out there, and please be informed the best way you can. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share the things. Ain't gonna go home. Dude got to get his step in. Peace.
Did you tell me this was over? There ain't no use talking it over. Yeah, or can you try to tell me sooner? But can you tell me this was over?